Austin, Texas, home to technological and cultural advances, but for everything going on in this city, the hub is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Using his legs at stirrup. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I like feeding my guys. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
He's going for it all. Picked off.
Well, we knew coming into this one, this was an offense that wanted to come out, sling it around, but the timing is going to have to be a whole lot better. This defense has athletes who can close on the ball and make plays, and you saw it right there on that interception to open this game.
The give to the tailback. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Right back to him on the ground. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Touch pass on the run. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. On 4th down, they'll run it, looking for the first. And the Gamecocks get enough for the first down.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed give-me 4th down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, they knock it free. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
That is a nice break for the offense. Man, those are plays that you don't think about down the road, but those are turnovers. They just bounce a little bit in the direction of the defense. You're so jacked up. You create momentum, juice. It could change the game. That's a great break for the offense.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Gamecocks will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think...
Looking deep. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Quick shovel pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Bounced off his feet.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Power football with the run. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Hands it off. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Open space at the 25. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
On third down, going up top. Gets it out quickly. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And he's bounced out of bounds, but not before a very productive pickup.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Slater. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can do damage once they have the football in his hands. No doubt there. Easy slant, completion, and then let your receiver go make hay once he has the ball.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The Gamecocks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for them.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback keeper. And he'll be brought down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Florida State took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2013 Seminoles team led by Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman, and Kelvin Benjamin would just steamroll teams. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Line getting set on 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route, and by the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. The play action fake. He lobs one high down the left side. It's complete. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And they did tack on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Slater. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
Yeah.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And listen, the quarterback drops back and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. Coming out with it, it's Slater. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Slater. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Turns it on in midfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Makes the grab. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. It's complete. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Texas! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Slater. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Longhorns! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And now on second down for this offense. That's caught. It's Staley. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Stands in and takes the hit. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. Quarterback checking the play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Skips away from pressure. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area, and they forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could force another one right here, it'd make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Now adjusting. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah State is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 14 to Air Force. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, man.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Nice job by the defense there. You talk about when you have...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Slater. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This should be the last play of the quarter. He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Slater. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. On 2nd down, looking to throw. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They want to just keep throwing it. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And once he got loose, it was all over.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense.
Let's go! Lasso!
Off play action on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They'll toss it to the outside on the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life.
All right, sense of urgency now has to go through the roof for this team. They needed their defense to come up with that turnover right there. So if you're on offense, you got to get these plays called. You got to get aggressive, take some shots, because you can now go and win this game.
Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Rides to the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The offense in hurry-up mode. On 4th down, looking to pass. The completion well past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And that pass intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll run play action. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. Fielded in the end zone, it's Slater. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And he's got it at the 25. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Going to try to get it himself. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas! That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense. We turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And they swarm him under.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So
unleashes one deep. Touchdown Longhorns! And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Slater. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. This guy can throw it. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone.